Your rear end's looking really good. What are you working on?
Well, thank you. Hey, that was a private moment that you weren't supposed to share with everybody on social media.
Oh.
But
Well, at least I guess I could have said that strange rear end's looking pretty nice.
well, you probably do say that. You just don't do it on social media where I can hear it. Not doubt in my mind that that gets said once in a while. Yeah,
So, what are you doing? What are you working on out here?
Hey, you know what? You get on me about saying like the video, share the video. You ought to start off by saying that.
Okay.
You know what?
Thanks for watching this episode of our craziness, day-to-day life in the shop, and who knows where else you'll find us. So, like the video, share the video. Thank you for following us.
Stacy likes seeing the numbers rise, and she gets amused reading the comments. So I'm doing the last and final pieces to assembling the floater. And I know. So Stacy, you know how when I change the gear and shit, pull all the brakes, pull everything apart, and there's just a housing under there.
Mm-hmm.
But this shit you don't have to.
Really?
With a floater, those 3 screws pull that axle back.
That's awesome. Makes it so much easier.
Yeah. If I'd have known that these were this cool, I'd have spent, and it wasn't even about money.
No. You just thought it wasn't necessary.
Well,
For the most part.
I was told it wasn't necessary.
Yes, true.
But in all fairness, when I was told it wasn't necessary, we were building that car for the street.
Mm-hmm.
And it was well, Clayton at Chassis Engineering, when I asked him about a floater, he said you really don't have to have one. Now when we started breaking bearings, or when we started going to the racetrack, Clayton said, hey, you might think about upping that to a floater, because when we built that car for the street, it didn't have a double frame rail or any of that in it, because you never would have been going 60 foots on the street. So sometimes you gotta, if you have the application for one to do one thing, you're gonna have to change that app. If the application changes, then the equipment that's necessary changes. And that's what I got into on here. I didn't think it was necessary, but I also didn't realize that that the way these floaters work, having the bearing, and I didn't know that Tim McCanus had done that same video on floater versus flange bearing. I did not know that. So if you guys watch Tim McCanus and he said something that's not the same as what I said, you're a fucking idiot if you don't listen to Tim McCanus. Because I could be wrong, and I seriously doubt Tim McCanus is wrong. I watch his video. I'm gonna sit down and watch that video, see if I did missay if I said anything. But I like watching that guy's videos because I mean he builds a badass fucking hot rod too. Badass hot rods. So get the gear back. I went to a 430 gear. This was actually my backup center section, which is a 10-inch gear because it didn't have the right gear ratio in it. So I sent it back to Quick, and you'll see Stacy did a little reel. You'll see why I sent it to Quick. They rim polish all their gears, which is a really cool fucking process I explained in the reel. ADD kicking in. I'm gonna play at my rear end. Huh? Do what?
Family show.
It is. Say it loud and proud. Don't whisper. You got something to say.
Family show.
Oh. Anyway, so now it's all together, and like I said, I wished I'd done this a long time ago, because this is going to save me a whole bunch of hassle. If we go to change gears and stuff, it's going to be, I guarantee it's going to take 45 minutes, 30, 45 minutes off changing the gear. So, it's together. Yesterday I went through and reamed all the holes and got all the powder coat out so the bolts will slide in nice. and here's the thing. So I'm not ashamed when I fuck up. I'm a full-grown man, and I can admit. So I'll share something with you guys. I put this motherfucker together 3 times yesterday and had to take it back apart every time because I'd never done a floater. I was kind of winging it, and then I went to Strange's website and I got the instructions. Well, the first time I put it together, for some reason, I put the brake brackets on the right way, and something in my head told me, oh, those are wrong. So I flipped them around. So I put the whole rear end together. I've never done a floater. So I didn't know that I should have. Common sense would dictate that this is on a hub and a spindle. So there's no way the rear end oil is getting from there to the bearings like it does on a flange bearing. So I get it all put together, and I'm like, and then I go to get the instructions. I'll make sure I put it all together, and it says, make sure you pack the bearings with a good I said, oh, shit. So I'd already put the seals and everything in, so I had to gently remove the seals, pack the bearings, put it back together. Number 2. Then when I get it all together, I'm sitting there looking at get everything buttoned up, and then I look, and I'm like, shit. I had the caliper brackets on the first time right. Yesterday was a rough day. I was stuck on stupid all day to the point that when I got it, and then one time I didn't put, there's to load the bearings, there's a spacer that goes in between the 2 bearings that preloads both the bearings. I put it together once without that in there. So, but I'm not saying I'm Tim McCamus and a professional, but I damn sure know what not to do on a floater and how to put one together. And it's really simple if you're not stuck on stupid at that point in time. All right, so now all I got left to do, well, all I ever got left to do is just finish it. But now it's time. Fill up the silicone.
And let it dry.
Motherfucker ain't gonna jump in there, is it?
No.
That's a heavy son of a bitch, too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I can only imagine.
I'm gonna need some help, wife. I'm gonna need some help setting this fucking thing off of here, and I'm gonna have to have some help sliding it under I can get it under the car, but it's gonna be a balancing act, jacking it up. The other thing is, I gotta get my computer, and I gotta pull I don't even know where my 4-link bars were.
Oh, yeah.
Russ pulled it apart, didn't take a picture, but I have all of it in my computer.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I just look this way. I'm not really stupid. Okay. So later today, we're gonna get the rear end in the car. Everything's fabbed up for the turbo stuff. So it's time to start screwing the car together. Last and final time. Everything's been mocked up, trial and error, blah, 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 blah. Now it's time to get this sumbitch together and go get some laps on it. So other than the only fabrication we got left is mounting the battery. Ah, not really.
All right.
We'll when I mount the battery, we'll talk about that Titan 8 lithium battery. Because that shit right there, all the problems I have with lithium batteries, why I don't like lithium batteries, is all fixed in that battery. You can even run that in a street car.
That's awesome.
With an alternator. You don't have to have a special charger. But we'll tell the rest of that when I mount it.